Potentially billions of dollars are preparing to enter the crypto markets. Recently, the US government turned its printer into overdrive. But the printer at the US Mint isn't the only printer going right now. The number one stablecoin and top 10 crypto Tether is printing up USDT at insane rates. Everyone's saying this is incredibly bullish and a huge pump is coming. Today, we're going to be breaking down the history of Tether printing to find out if that is actually true. Then we're going to get down to the bottom of what is behind the recent Tether grant creation. And I'll just say this, get ready because I'm going to add some fuel to the fire of one conspiracy that you've got to see to believe. Let's get it. Hello and welcome to BitBoyCrypto, your one-stop shop for all things related to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I make videos on this channel almost every single day. If you like what you hear or see, then please make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell to turn on notifications. If you would like to take the conversation even further, then please make sure to join one or both of my Telegram groups, the Bit Squad for just regular crypto chat, or Bit Squad Traders to discuss trading strategies. All right, guys, today we are going to be looking at the recent Tether news, and we're going to examine exactly whether or not this is really the bullish event we have all been waiting for, as we examine the history of Tether printing. This is an interesting investigation that is going to reveal a lot about where we could be heading to. And at the end of this video, we are going to look at how some people's worst fears may be true regarding the current financial and medical crisis that we are going through. Maybe there's new evidence to suggest that something very dark is going on in other parts of the world that could be an effort to destroy our way of life. Most people are starting to believe none of this was an accident, and I think that's really all I can say. So just a quick overview of Tether before we get into it. Tether was launched in 2014 as Realcoin. The crypto exchange Bitfinex is behind Tether. There's been a lot of sketchy things involving Tether, which goes by the ticker USDT, but we're not going to really get into the sketchiness today. Just know it is very sketchy. But shadiness aside, USDT is the number one stablecoin in the entire crypto space, and it's not even close. A stablecoin is a cryptocurrency that is not a speculative asset. The price will always be pegged to a certain asset. USDT, as you could probably guess, is obviously pegged to the US dollar. This means its price will almost always be exactly at $1. It does fluctuate, give or take about half a penny in other direction, has gone a little further, but it is pretty stable. People use Tether in order to jump in and out of trades. If you think an asset is dropping in price, then you can tether your trade by jumping out of that asset and into USDT. Now your value will be frozen. Be careful though doing this because most people tend to jump out at the wrong times. If you're inexperienced, you will probably lose money doing that. Just keep that in mind. So when Tether starts printing new Tether property grants, this means they're anticipating more money coming into the market. Tether property grants is the fancy way to say Tether made some more coins. By default, most people believe that this is bullish, and then when Tether prints more money, then we're close to a huge run-up. Well, is that true? Well, let's take a look at the Tether market cap chart compared to the Bitcoin price chart. So here we go. The green represents the USDT market cap. I don't have any numbers on the chart here, but just know the starting point for it is about $250 million on the left side of the chart, and the current supply is $6 billion worth, so that's the spike on the right. We used to be able to easily check on the creation of USDT, but over the last few years, Tether has expanded to many blockchains. It used to be only on Omni, a little-known platform, but over the last couple of years, it has added support for Ethereum, Tron, Liquid, EOS, and most recently, Algorand. So now, instead of getting the Tether printing in a neat little page on the Omni Explorer, now we have to know when they print because of the increase here with their current balances. But back to the chart. USDT began getting tracked in March of 2015. So we've tracked the price per Bitcoin ever since in blue here. When you really start analyzing the relationship between Tether supply and Bitcoin's price, it is a very intriguing study. I believe after we look at some key spots on this chart, you will agree that a huge Bitcoin move is coming. Now, just like with any chart, the lower the price, the less significant the volatility looks like. But here, you'll see what at the time was a big jump in the Tether cap. Now look at the run-up with Bitcoin immediately after. Now look right next to that and you will see the exact same thing happened here. But here's where things kind of get weird. Just because Tether prints does not mean that the price is necessarily going to go up. Look at this significant printing over Q4 of 2017. This precluded the biggest dump in crypto history. We're going to ignore the dips and the one spike here because these were not regular instances of USD printing. They happened for various reasons. But look at the beginning of 2018. You see, this was the most significant rise in Tether yet. And look what happened. We got our huge run up to 15K almost last year. But notice as the price started dropping, they turned the printer off. Now look what occurred in January of this year. Printer go again. And then we got our run. Again, same thing. So this leads us to this week. This was a 33% increase. By far the biggest ever. So what do they know that we don't? Well, either the price is going to go way up or it's going to go way down. I think we can safely assume, though, the price is most likely going to go up due to the Bitcoin halving. But what if we stagnate for the next 6 weeks? That could give people a reason to completely give up on Bitcoin, and we could get the biggest dump ever. But I believe almost certainly that we are about to get one of the biggest moves one way or another in history of Bitcoin. Which way do you believe it's going to go? Make sure to drop your guesses down below in the comment section. But the long and the short of it is this, guys. We cannot underestimate the connection between Tether printing and the price of Bitcoin. There is no doubt that they are in fact connected. Just to drive this home, we have a nice chart here that shows this in a little bit neater way since 2018. As you can see, more Tether doesn't mean moon, but it doesn't not mean moon. Anyways, so we've established a relationship between Tether and volatility. It exists. But does Tether just print USDT to make the market move? Or are market movers requiring more USDT to get it printed? Seems a little like the chicken and the egg argument. But just like people to try to find news to justify large chart moves, I've tried to figure out why Tether decided to print. According to Sam Bankman-Fried, there are 3 reasons. Now, Sam is the CEO of the derivatives platform FTX and a Bitcoin quant fund called Alameda. He is very well connected, so his words carry more weight than just a random Tweety Bird icon on Twitter. He believes that the additional printing was for 3 reasons. First, there's a huge inflow of OTC requests from Asia. OTC means over-the-counter, i.e. trading that is done off of major exchanges. To be clear, people are trying to buy USDT OTC. You know me. I'm sorry, that was a bad OPP joke from the 90s. But the second and third reasons are pretty normal. People want to hedge their investments and reduce risk. But I want to focus here on the OTC Tether purchases. All right, guys, it's time. Let's put on our tinfoil hats. So why would a large contingent of people from Asia want to be able to move USD around very easily? Because that is why people want to buy it. They want to move it. If not, they would just buy Bitcoin directly OTC if that was their ultimate goal. But people can use USDT as a digital version of USD. They can flow money in and out of countries all around the world with no problems. Many people have suggested the current world crisis was not caused by a bat, but in fact, it was launched as an evil, awful plan by China to bring down the economies around the world. The easiest way to become the tallest building on the block is to tear down all the other ones. So you guys know, I don't get too deep in the weeds on these kinds of theories, but people are saying that investors from China are buying up businesses all around the world in areas decimated by disease. These businesses would have to close their doors, and now China can swoop in and rescue them, and then owns them. Supposedly, this is happening all over Italy as we speak. USDT would allow these purchases to be off the books, done quickly, extremely cheaply, and without the need of a third party. This means no prying eyes to watch these transactions. Now, of course, we do not have hard evidence that this is occurring. We don't know for sure this is driving up the OTC demand for Tether, but it stands to reason this could certainly be a very plausible scenario. But now it's your turn. Do you believe that the world's breakout and financial collapse is an accident, or do you think it was on purpose? Would love to hear your thoughts. Also, don't forget to let me know whether you believe Bitcoin is going to go up or down on this next run. Make sure to drop your comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to smash the like button and hit subscribe to become a member of the fastest growing community in crypto, the Bit Squad. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day. BitBoy out.